The origin of God of War began in the early 2000s within the creative halls of Sony Santa Monica Studio. At a time when the gaming industry was dominated by first-person shooters and role-playing games, director David Jaffe sought to create something different, a cinematic action-adventure that would merge mythological storytelling with visceral combat and emotional depth. Drawing inspiration from ancient Greek mythology and films like Clash of the Titans, the team envisioned a brutal anti-hero who would embody both godlike power and human tragedy. Thus, Kratos was born, a Spartan warrior cursed by his own rage and haunted by his past. The first God of War, released in 2005 for the PlayStation 2, was a revelation. Players were thrown into a world of epic scale, where gods, monsters, and mortals collided in a ballet of violence and beauty. The story followed Kratos, a warrior in service to the gods, who sought vengeance against Ares, the god of war, after being tricked into killing his own wife and child. With its blend of hack-and-slash gameplay, puzzle-solving, and cinematic storytelling, the game delivered an experience unlike anything else on consoles at the time. Its sweeping orchestral soundtrack, massive boss battles, and seamless camera work set a new standard for the action genre. God of War's success led to a new wave of mythological storytelling in gaming. Kratos became a symbol of controlled chaos, a man whose power was matched only by his pain. The game's success spawned 2 immediate sequels that would expand both the mythos and emotional complexity of the series. In 2007, God of War 2 was released, pushing the PlayStation 2 hardware to its limits. The game picked up where its predecessor left off, with Kratos ascending to the throne of Mount Olympus only to be betrayed by Zeus, setting him on a path of vengeance against the very gods he once served. The sequel refined everything that made the first game great: tighter controls, more elaborate boss fights, and an even grander sense of scale. Kratos' journey became an allegory for humanity's defiance of destiny, blending philosophical themes with mythological spectacle. The transition to the PlayStation 3 brought God of War 3 in 2010, a technical masterpiece that represented both the climax and the end of Kratos' Greek saga. With the power of the new console, the game delivered breathtaking visuals, from the Titan-scale opening battle to the emotionally charged conclusion. As Kratos tore through gods, titans, and his own demons, players witnessed the culmination of years of anger and suffering. The ending, both tragic and poetic, seemed to close the chapter on a franchise that had defined a generation of gamers. However, Kratos' story was not yet finished. After several side entries and a prequel titled God of War Ascension, the series underwent a dramatic reinvention. The world changed, and so did Kratos. The gaming landscape had shifted toward narrative-driven experiences like The Last of Us and Uncharted. Sony Santa Monica, under creative director Cory Barlog, decided to reimagine God of War not as a tale of vengeance, but of fatherhood, legacy, and restraint. In 2018, God of War returned, not as a continuation, but as a rebirth. The setting shifted from the sun-drenched ruins of Greece to the frozen wilderness of Norse mythology. Kratos, now older and tempered by time, lived in seclusion with his son Atreus. When his wife dies, the two embark on a journey to scatter her ashes from the highest peak in the realms, a quest that becomes both an emotional odyssey and a confrontation with gods and monsters of the north. This reinvention marked a defining moment in modern gaming. The over-the-shoulder camera, intimate storytelling, and single-shot cinematic design created a deeply personal experience. Kratos, once defined by rage, was now defined by restraint, struggling to teach his son what it means to be a man while wrestling with his own haunted legacy. The father-son relationship became the emotional core of the game, resonating with players in a way few action titles had before. The 2018 God of War received universal acclaim, winning Game of the Year at the Game Awards and being hailed as one of the greatest games ever made. It wasn't just a technical triumph, it was a narrative evolution. It proved that even the most violent of heroes could grow and that video games could explore complex emotions without sacrificing gameplay intensity. Kratos had transformed from a symbol of wrath to one of redemption. In 2022, God of War Ragnarok continued the Norse saga, bringing even greater emotional stakes and world building. The relationship between Kratos and Atreus matured, evolving from one of guidance to mutual understanding as the boy sought his own destiny. The game explored themes of prophecy, choice, and sacrifice, blending Norse mythology with deeply human storytelling. It refined every aspect of its predecessor, offering a richer combat system, grander exploration, and one of the most emotionally resonant conclusions in gaming history. Across nearly 2 decades, the God of War franchise has evolved from mythological spectacle to human drama, redefining what it means to tell a story through gameplay. From Greek gods to Norse legends, Kratos' journey mirrors the growth of the gaming medium itself, from youthful rebellion to reflective maturity. What began as a tale of rage and vengeance has become one of love, loss, and legacy. The impact of God of War extends beyond its gameplay. It has inspired countless creators, influenced narrative design, and pushed the boundaries of what video games can achieve emotionally and artistically. Kratos has become more than a character. He is a myth reborn, a reminder that even gods must face their humanity. As the franchise looks toward the future, fans eagerly await the next chapter. Whether Kratos' journey continues or passes to a new generation, the legacy of God of War will endure as a benchmark of storytelling, artistry, and evolution in the gaming world. Like the myths that inspired it, its story will echo for generations, a testament to the power of creation, destruction, and the eternal struggle to find meaning in both.